just writing down what I was going to talk about, so I'm organized.
Because you're organized?
So I'm trying to be organized.
Alright. Glad you reiterated.
What? What'd you say?
I'm glad he reiterated.
That's not what you said the first time.
That's what
I'm glad you were Rick-orated.
Ray. Hello, welcome back to our regularly scheduled program. We had a couple weeks of weirdness, but now we're back to regularly scheduled programming. Issue number 18 last week was kind of a mess because if you actually watched it, it's very bad because we tried to go live and my internet sucks. So it was kind of fun though, still doing it. And if you want to sit through it, there's some funny shit that goes on in there. Super funny. So at some point we want to go live, but we need better internet, better connections, and all that. So, but we're back to our regular scheduling program. Yeah, we're back to normal, kind of. I know it's odd seeing Rick over here, but we're trying to get Rick some more FaceTime. He's you gotta put that pretty face out there. So welcome back to my right, our returning champion, El Hondo, the Hondonator, El Hondovich, Hondo Calrissian, Barry Alex, the Hondolorian, Captain Central America. Let's see, many other nicknames.
Too many.
Well, yes. Hi. Hello. Welcome back.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you been? How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
So weird stuff has been going on lately? Really?
Yeah, this year's fucking horrible. And over there,
I hadn't noticed.
Yeah, it sucks ass.
they're the Rickinator.
What's going on, guys?
Ricardo. Hi.
Hello. How's it going, world? Sorry about last episode.
Yeah.
Sorry about the beginning of this year.
That's not me.
Entire 2020.
Cannot blame that on me.
No, I'm
been blamed for multiple things. I won't accept the credit.
I kind of blame her.
No, I can blame everything on you, Rick. That would be too much. That would be a bit too much.
It happens though. It really does.
So I guess we'll talk about this first. Like the big news everywhere is the fucking stupid media constructed coronavirus thing.
Are we
that's
really
happening.
going to talk about that shit? I've been trying to avoid that shit.
No, we're going to talk about because now it's affecting us now. So
let's process.
And most of you know, if you guys know us, that we were planning to go a big trip to ECC, Emerald City Comic Con up in Seattle. So we were all, this last week, creators have been canceling all week, and it was just a matter of time before they canceled the show, and due to the pressure and what have you. They canceled the Emerald City Comic Con that we were all looking forward to because this year has been shitty, and we were looking forward to an awesome con. Now that con is not happening. Still going to Seattle, but just not the same without a big, huge convention to placate our needs. So it's kind of a bummer. I think it's I don't want to get like political or whatever, but it's I think it's a lot of it's media hype. More people die from the flu, the regular flu, than dying from this virus. So everybody's freaking out. People are, and the worst part is like people like in the music industry and like and that go work these conventions. A lot of union guys are losing money because everybody's dropping out of stuff because everybody's scared of the phantom coronavirus. So it sucks. I wish. It couldn't happen at a fucking better time because everything's fucking falling apart. So this is Alex, you were gonna ECCC, and what are your thoughts? I know you were bummed just like me. So
yeah, so I am bummed, of course. It's really tough to miss the show. There's a movie, Muhammad Ali movie, documentary called When We Were Kings, and it's basically about the fight between him and George Foreman. And before the fight, George Foreman gets a cut on his eye, and they postpone the fight for 6 weeks. And then Muhammad Ali is like, if there's any kind of bad luck that happens to stop an event, like raining on a baseball game or something like that, he goes, this is one of those. And I feel, that this coronavirus pretty much putting a halt to all the conventions and to all the shows and, just public events. It's like another rain in the ball game type of, situation. And it's just such a downer, and it's really sucks, man. You gotta keep moving. You gotta keep life going. It's like, that's how I feel. And, back in 9/11, 2001, I overreacted to that attack. I think I kind of like shut down and didn't want to go out as much and this and that, and I regret that because it was an overreaction on my part, a little bit of unnecessary worry. So this time I'm not worried as much, you know. I'm not like, I mean, it's a serious issue. You gotta really, you know, be vigilant, take care of it, be alert, you know, wash your hands, you know,
wash your ass.
Wash your ass, you know.
If anything, it teaches America, wash your fucking hands.
Don't be gross.
And,
you know?
And it's the media is not helping without like not telling the truth about a lot of this shit, and you just see the fucking headlines and the clicks on Facebook. You know, oh, this person, this, yeah. But if you actually look at the facts, it's really it's bad, but it's not as bad as they're making it out to be. And it's funny that it's happened during an election year. And all this is going down. It's a very wag dog situation for sure. Rick, what do you think about this? You know.
Well,
it's affecting our lives now.
Well, for me, it affects me at work. I gotta fucking order a whole bunch of shit because people are running out of like hand sanitizer and stuff like that. But the whole thing for me is just, dude, it's always something every year. Yeah, it's always something every. I'm taking bets next year. It's gonna be the giraffe flu or the great whale flu, some kind of fucking, or the ferret flu, some kind of stupid shit. But
we've had the swine flu, we had the bird flu,
the crow flu.
I mean, the only one out of like last 20 years probably would have been like the H1N1 that was like a little bit more serious. But
SARS,
I think it's our time too. Like there's so much media, there's so many like social networks. There's so many channels. There's so many like people trying to get your attention, and this stuff works. Like this clickbait stuff works. So there's no like money and happiness. There's money and misery. So.
Exactly. So my thing too is I just posted this to my friends. I'm like, dude, a lot of my friends, you guys are posting a whole bunch of shit on fucking Facebook, like Corona this, Corona that, and you know what? I'm just like, you guys are perpetuating the whole fucking thing. Yep. You're part of the machine now. The machine you guys don't want to be a part of. You guys are posting it, putting it on my fucking feed, and I'm just, I skip it. I'm not thumbs upping anything, dude. Like the only way I'm trolling people now is if I'm sneezing and I'm coughing, I'm fucking saying Modelo right after. Fuck all of you who are fucking just scared shitless for this shit. Dude, I grew up in a generation that here we go. Boomer! We drank from the fucking hose. We drank from the fucking keys, water faucets that hung out of people's houses. Now it's like, oh, you can only drink bottled water because of these contaminants. You know what? Maybe those contaminants made me a stronger person, gave me a stronger immune system. Go get sick.
Yeah, go look a bus rail.
Fucking, I live by the 5-second rule still. If I drop my fucking it, I'm picking it up, I'm eating it. I don't give a fuck.
It's true. So, all right. So, I just wanted to touch on that because it's kind of a big thing going on right now. So, yeah, wash your ass, folks.
Just be clean, man. Be clean. That's it, right?
Be clean, not mean. All right, so we're going to get some topics. There's a bunch of shit to talk about this week. First, let's talk about the new Scoob trailer, this Scooby movie. The more I see it, the more I'm excited about this kind of movie. It looks like it's going in some of the Hanna-Barbera lore that has, Dynamite and,
Blue Falcon.
Blue Falcon. That gets me excited. They're bringing in some of that stuff. I love Scooby. I've always been a Scooby fan, so I'm glad they're, every few years they reinvent Scooby, and like sometimes good, sometimes bad.
Sometimes bad.
Yeah, so I think this is a good way to go with Scooby. Introduce the next generation to Scooby. It looks like a sweet trailer. Rick, what'd you think of this trailer?
I liked it a lot, dude. It was just like certain things. Like one thing I didn't like was the whole Fred looks like he's like more of a super jock now than just like a preppy fuck.
Yeah.
I want Fred with the ascot, not looking like he's going to like a varsity fucking basketball game or some shit. But, I fucking love the whole thing, how they finally, reveal how Scooby gets his name. That's fucking...
Well, that makes sense, yeah.
It
didn't make any sense
before. Origin story.
Like, does he have a snack named after him? Like, so
exactly.
So it makes sense.
You got named after a snack. That's fucking dope.
It makes sense, yeah.
And it's just, it's cool. I mean, it's a little retro, which is great, but I'm excited for it. Yeah, definitely. It's fucking Scooby, Who doesn't like Scooby?
Right. Alex, were you a Daphne guy or a Thelma guy?
I am now I'm a Thelma guy, but originally I was a Daphne guy. It was like, like Ginger and Marianne. I am a Marianne guy, so now I gotta say I'm Daphne. No, I'm Thelma.
Do you know who you are?
I'm both, man. Let's
I think
let's commiserate.
I think Thelma's the better choice for sure because she seems more like Daphne seems high maintenance to me.
Yeah, that's true. I want a little more nerdy chick myself.
Yeah.
I wear glasses, so yeah,
Jinkies. You're definitely the Thelma of the group.
I'm the Thelma of this group.
Rick Scooby.
Ruby? I'll take that.
Ricky? So what did you think of the trailer?
Oh, when you sent that to me to check out, I was like, oh man, I don't want to see. I thought it was a live action, a Scooby Doo, because I'm out of the loop, and I'm like, oh man, I have no interest in this. And then I saw it was an animation, like Incredibles,
The best Fantastic Four movie ever.
Yeah, and like the current animation, it looks good. It looks fun. It looks charming. It's good for the kids, and they throw in those jokes for the adults. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's a bargain matinee would be nice to see that.
Go do some drugs and go watch Scooby.
Maybe I'll take my nephew and niece. Don't
do drugs if you go take your nephew. Let's see. All right, so next we're going to talk about this. Oh, by the way, I love the trailer.
Yes.
Let's see. Fantastic Four. Some Fantastic Four news. Krasinski's, been rumored and talked about as being Mr. Fantastic new and the upcoming forthcoming MCU Fantastic Four movie. So he actually came out and actually talked about it this week, that was interesting. He said he would love to be Reed Richards. I think he's a good choice. Kind of has that goofy, fatherly kind of look to him. So this is the first time he's actually publicly said about the role. So if they ask him, he'll do it. And even in the comics, they've kind of made Reed Richards kind of look like John Krasinski a little bit. So I don't know if it's already been planned or talked about, or are they just waiting to announce it. So that's in the news right now. So Alex, what do you think of this? Krasinski as Reed Richards keeps popping up.
This as an idea is fantastic, and if they if they don't do it. They should. They should but I have a caveat, and that's you got to have Emily Blunt as the Invisible Woman, as Mrs. Fantastic. I think she's perfect. I think they're
Invisible Woman.
Mr. Fantastic,
Mrs. Richards.
Mrs. Richards. I'm saying Mrs. Fantastic.
Call yourself a comic book fan. Come on.
No, I did that on purpose. That was she's the Invisible Woman. She's the Invisible Woman. Sue Richards. Okay, but if you're married to Mr. Fantastic, you're Mrs. Fantastic in my book. All right. So, thank you.
Years of canon would say.
Yeah, I'm making my shit up as we go.
Roberto's fucking rolling around in his grave right now.
No, seriously, I would like that. So I would like Emily Blunt as the Invisible Woman and John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic.
And they already have that chemistry of already being a real married couple. And that's very essential because they're like the quintessential married couple.
They're like the power couple of the fucking
Hollywood.
No, the fucking whole Marvel. They're the one couple that.
Oh yeah,
they're mom and dad of the whole
of the Marvel universe.
Yeah, so it looks like a good choice. Rick, what do you think of this?
I fucking love it. So the whole thing about this is I don't understand why the MC or Kevin Feige jumps on this, because didn't Mahershala Ali campaign to be Blade? Blade wasn't even in the picture for it to be in the MCU, and now because they have an actor of his caliber, they're pushing forward a Blade movie. I mean, Krasinski's no slouch. I mean, the guy's a good actor.
No, he's good.
He's a good actor.
And he's slated to direct too, right?
I don't know if he's slated to direct.
No, they asked him about possibly directing a Marvel movie. He said that would be great.
That would be great. Yeah. Hey, I don't know if I would be all for him directing Fantastic Four. I mean, Quiet Place was good, but
I heard the second one's pretty good too. So.
And the other thing too is just I don't know if I want him to do Fantastic Four. I don't know something about an actor directing himself. Just kind of.
Yeah, sometimes it works.
Sometimes it works.
Yeah, but for a movie like that big, and
he'll put his heart into it.
No, he will. But it's like one of these tentpole pictures.
And Emily Blunt too. They would be all in.
It's it's a huge budget picture, and that Krasinski hasn't done that yet.
Oh man, we got to start thinking about who's gonna play Thing and
for me, the fact that Marvel hasn't announced, let's get this guy just yet.
I think it's already done deal.
Yeah.
I think this is just like the first, like, oh, we're gonna throw little bits out there,
Just tell the fans though, this is who it is.
Yeah,
like,
I think it's gonna be announced. I think by the summer you're gonna hear like more casting about this, because I think Eternals is gonna be a big movie for that. I think that's where you're gonna see a lot of the.
No director slated for this yet, right?
No.
Okay, I was looking that up.
Yeah. So other quick casting news. So Bale's official. Thor: Love and Thunder. He's going to be the villain in it. So they still haven't said who he's playing yet. So I would like we all want Doom.
I want Doom,
but I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to either be Mephisto or the other one they were talking about from Jason Aaron's run, the other villain. So
Gore.
Yeah, I think it might be a one-off.
The God Killer or something?
Yeah, the God Killer.
I don't think he's going to be like around the MCU. I think this is going to be a one and done for him. So I don't think he's going to want to take on a franchise. But it's cool. It's going to be cool to see a guy of Bale's caliber. I hope that one thing about I wasn't a big fan of Ragnarok. I didn't like the goofy aspects of Ragnarok. I did like the visuals. I did like some of the story, but I didn't like them taking Planet Hulk and Ragnarok and kind of turning it into kind of a joke. So I hope they take it a little more seriously, this story, this next storyline, which I'm sure I like Wakiti. Wakiti's a great director, and we'll see. Alex, what do you think of this casting? Who do you think he's going to play?
I had no idea that they said that Christian Bale was going to be the villain.
Yeah, it's official now. It was rumored for a month
I thought he was going to be Beta Ray Bill for a second there, the good guy, but I guess he's the villain. I hope they pick a really good villain to play. Gore would be okay. I would love to see Doctor Doom. I think that would be perfect. I guess the God Killer will be okay. I already said that. Mephisto would be...
I think Mephisto could see him with good. That devilish fucking grin, Mephisto.
Yeah, he has that. If he goes the American Psycho way, he could be Mephisto, the devil. That would be cool. I hope it's good, man. Just, I don't know. We'll see. I need more news on that.
Yeah, all right. I think this summer we're going to hear a lot for the next phase, a lot of shit, because they're working on a lot of this. So, yeah, probably by San Diego Comic-Con, if it happens, we'll hear a lot of this news coming out. So, all right, let's talk about Jason Blum. They just came out with The Invisible Man, which I hear is really good. I want to go check that out, hopefully soon. Jason Blum would love to make a Frankenstein movie. I think this is the way to go with these Universal monster movies, just low budget, personal kind of stories. You don't have to spend $100 million and have Tom Cruise in it. You just have a very short, small, intimate kind of like horror movies. I think this is the way to go. You don't need to have a shared universe with every fucking franchise. So I think this is a good. I would love to see that. Blum is like pretty much the expert of low budgets and high reward kind of movie making right now. But Rick, what do you think of this as our horror enthusiast?
Well, this is the thing about.
Have you seen Invisible Man yet?
I haven't yet, and I really want to see it. It's high on my list. So the thing about the Blumhouse movies is they take horror seriously, and the reason why The Mummy didn't do so well is, was he remaking The Mummy from Boris Karloff's Mummy, or was he remaking the Stephen Sommers movie from?
I think it was Boris. It was trying to be the Boris.
I think
it was a mix.
It was a mixture.
For sure, yeah.
And the thing it's not. If you're gonna make a horror movie, you can't make something too fantastical. Like it can't be too much of a story based in all this, kind of fantasy, like almost like an action movie, like a fantasy action. You can make it fantasy horror. Imagine fucking Del Toro.
You want to have an aspect of realism.
I want to have an aspect of actual horror.
Oh yeah.
I
understand what you're saying.
You put Tom Cruise. I know it's not a horror movie. I know it's not a horror movie. Only horror movie that Tom Cruise has ever really done is Interview with the Vampire. And he was fucking awesome in it, but that was because he had a great director. I don't know who directed The Mummy.
Fuck.
Forgettable.
Yeah, no way that stands out.
So Blum taking over this stuff, the trailers for The Mummy or for The Invisible Man blew me away. I definitely want to see what he can do with that universe. Let that guy fucking handle it.
So out of the Universal monsters, Alex, who do you think? What would you like to see, like a low budget horror movie done by Blumhouse?
By Blumhouse, Wow. I guess I'm always I guess the werewolf.
Wolfman.
Yeah, the Wolfman.
Yeah, that would be my pick for sure.
I think Wolfman would be good. Yeah.
Low budget Wolfman movie. Yeah.
You can't ever get enough Wolfman movies, you know.
Yeah,
like
there hasn't been a good werewolf movie in a long time, so I've been advocating for this for a long time. I love werewolves. That's my favorite creature, other than a slasher. But bad. When was the last good werewolf movie, Rick? Dog Soldiers, maybe.
Dog Soldiers.
Wolfman was pretty good.
Oh yeah, the Joe Johnson one.
Joe Johnson was
kind of underrated.
good.
Kind of underrated.
Underrated.
I mean, what's that with Benicio del Toro?
Yeah, Anthony Hopkins.
I think for me,
Anthony
the
Hopkins.
really last
Emily
good
Blunt's in
werewolf.
that too, right?
Oh,
I think so.
I think so.
In Wolfman, Emily Blunt, isn't she in that?
I think she might be.
Yeah, it's a good cast. The visuals
cast.
are good. Yeah, Joe Johnson's an underrated director, man.
But for actual like scary werewolf movie, I think Dog Soldiers was probably the last real good one.
You know, I haven't seen Dog Soldiers.
Dog Soldiers.
Oh, you would love it, man. There's one part.
You got it?
Yeah.
Let me borrow it.
Oh yeah, it'll be a hidden gem for the week. It's a good movie. Yeah, you dig it for sure.
Movie,
that fucking speech, you'll know it when you see it. It's fucking amazing, dude. One of my favorite fucking scenes in a fucking any movie. Really.
I want to see that today.
There you
before
go.
I go to work.
There you go. So yeah, that's I'm excited. Definitely want to go see that Invisible Man. I think a werewolf.
Emily Blunt was in that movie.
Oh, there you go. See, there you go. Schmodown, bitch.
Nice.
So, all right, cool. I think that's cool. Let's talk. Just Kids in the Hall's getting a revival. You were a fan of this, Rick? Right? Kids in the Hall.
I fucking love Kids in the Hall, dude. Yeah, crushing your head, fucking lettuce head.
Yeah, great comic. They're all Canadian guys, right? Dave Foley and fucking
Kevin McDonald.
Yeah.
God,
great sketch show. If you have never seen it, it's a great sketch. Some great comedy guys. Like all the guys are recognizable. They're all good. You've seen them in all kinds of comedies. So Alex, what do you think of this? What do you?
I haven't seen a lot of Kids in the Hall. I've seen the little skits. I've seen the little skits here and there.
Yeah.
And I found it funny. But how long has it been around? Over 20 years, huh?
Early 90s, I think.
The early 90s?
Yeah, five seasons.
Yeah.
I remember in the early 90s going over a friend's house and he was making a big deal about, him and his wife were like, let's watch Kids in the Hall. It's on right now. And I was like, really? And, so I've been hearing about it forever, and I'm sure it's good. I just haven't seen a lot of it. But from the skits that I have seen, it's funny. It's cool. So maybe this is a good time to now get into this, and check it out. Start checking out the show.
Yeah, no, it's good. Can you find it anywhere? Is there streaming anywhere?
Not that I remember. I haven't seen them in a while.
They got DVDs, right?
Yeah, DVDs. Yeah,
they were on Hulu.
Were they? Okay, yeah. I need to go back and kind of rewatch them.
These are the recurring.
Sketches, man. There were some great sketch shows in the early '90s, man. Like Kids in the Hall, the State was fucking great on MTV. Ben Stiller show was a
Stiller show.
I have that on DVD. That's that's an underrated.
One season?
I think so.
Or 10 episodes, not even
it was something like that. Yeah, like Andy Dick and Janine Garofalo and fucking Odenkirk. It's great cast. It's just hilarious.
Mr. Show with Bob and David. Well, that was a little later.
Yeah, it was a little later. Yeah, but it was in the '90s. It was a great era for those quirky little sketch shows. I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to be on Amazon. So cool. It's a
flying pig.
was the Aquaman sketch from that one too, or was that the State? I think
that was the State.
Yeah. All right.
It's a fact. Those are great, man. I'm looking through all their skits they're recurring skits.
Yeah, they had some funny shit, man. Dave Foley's one of my favorite comedic actors, man. News Radio is fucking great.
Scott Thompson. That's the guy I remember. It was Scott Thompson. Yeah. He played Buddy, the guy, the gay club owner. He had me fucking dying every time, dude.
Oh, man. All right.
So I'll have to see it.
Yeah, you
got to watch it. It's some good comedy, great. Man. Quirky little fucking comedy. It's great. All right. Let's see. Let's talk about quickly about the What We Do in the Shadows season 2. Are you guys caught up with What We Do in the Shadows?
Yeah.
Have you seen the first movie? The movie?
I haven't seen any of what
What You Do in the Shadows and Dog Soldiers.
Even though my other friend always talks about it. She's always like, what we do in the shadows and this and that, and I'm like, I know.
It's fucking funny. I love the movie. The movie's really good, but the TV show's almost surpassed it in a way because it's the cast is great. It's hilarious. Season 2 just posted a little teaser. Rick, what do you think of this?
Oh man, it just makes me laugh. Dude. It's a fucking chuckle fest. Fucking the movie was good. It's very rare that there's a movie and then they bring a show that you like both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually like both, dude.
Yeah.
It's
sometimes,
great.
it's hard to find like a good balance. Like
good
sometimes,
balance.
like movies way better. It's never going to be the TV. So it's fun. It's a good
great.
show. I love the character Guillermo.
Guillermo's the best.
So good.
Guillermo's the fucking
And no
best.
spoilers, but the way the season ended last year, it's like really. This is very exciting for.
I did see the teaser trailer and I read what the concept about, and I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure it's worthy of all the praise.
Dude, it's like Real World, but with vampires.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's what I hear. So I got that on my list too, but I got
Got a lot of shit
hundreds
on
of hours of TV on my list and
Yeah,
movies.
so much
and
content out there.
I need a 6-week vacation.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they're gonna cancel. Everybody's work, so I'm sure
Work is gonna get canceled. So
yeah, you're gonna have plenty of time.
Stay home fest.
Let's see.
Modelo.
The Modelo virus.
I'm starting that shit.
Ricky
I'm
Flew.
the outbreak monkey.
Did you guys see Sonic?
No.
You guys haven't seen Sonic? I saw Sonic this week. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great.
Question.
Fun movie.
Best video game movie?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I was talking about that after the movie. I was like, probably the best video game movie. I'm a big fan of Super Speed. They do use the Super Speed very cool in the movie. There's some great little Easter eggs. I think it was in the trailer. He was reading Flash comics and stuff, so that got me giddy in the theater. My mood was definitely enhanced that day, so I'm probably biased, but it was definitely a fun movie. A fun movie to go see with friends and stuff.
Seeing the Super Speed. Whoa.
Yeah.
That opened up a few doors, right?
Don't do drugs, kids. So it was great, fun movie. If you get a chance to go check it out, I would say see it in theater if you get a chance. I'm sure it will be on DVD and streaming soon. But yeah, it's a fun movie. Good, pretty family friendly too. Nothing too hardcore. They some of it takes place in San Francisco too, so that's nice. Always see our city represented in a way. But the Super Series fun. It was funny. It was charming. I like James Marsden. The voice, I forgot his name, Ben Schwartz. Ben Schwartz as the voice of Sonic was really good. Good casting on that. So some good little Easter egg at the end too for us dorks. So
after the movie or after credits?
After credit scene.
Okay.
Check it out. It's a good flick, fun movie. Probably like Rick said, probably the best video game movie out of there. So, all right.
Wow. That's a lot. That's saying.
Let's see.
Better than Doom, huh? No, just kidding.
Which one? The one that came on Netflix. That was pretty good. It's bad, but still good.
All right. So some more reveals from the new Batman movie came out. They had a shot of the Batmobile, which I actually really like this Batmobile. The more I look at it, it's kind of got that the late 80s kind of vibe to it. If that Batmobile during that time was can you pass me that one right there, the closest one to you? That one, yeah. So it's got that kind of vibe, which that was the 70s.
Sick.
That was the 70s one. I'm a big fan of this version of the Batmobile, so it's kind of got that kind of vibe to it, which I'm kind of digging. It's kind of got very well, at first initiated, I was like, what the hell is that? And then I was like, oh, okay, I get what they're going for. So I like the Batmobile more than I like the fucking Batsuit. I tell you that, because the Batsuit looks horrible to me. Rick, what do you think of this new Batmobile design?
I actually really like the Batmobile.
Yeah.
It gives that realty kind of sense of that this can actually exist in our world. I mean, I like the Tumbler. Tumbler's probably my favorite Batmobile because, I mean, it's a fucking tank. It's, and it's going around. But at the same time, who you would be looking at that like, who I wonder who has that? Who drives that? Who can afford that? Oh yeah, it's Bruce Wayne. But this, like, who can just like pretty much just convert any kind of sick ass savage ass car into a fucking Batmobile? And that's the first thing I thought of when I saw this design. I was like, yeah, dude, it kind of looks like that.
Yeah, there's another.
It looks like a sick ass Hot Wheels.
Yeah, I have a collection of Batmobiles, so I'll definitely be getting this one. I pretty much have it.
I want to see what the inside looks like. That's to me that's the next best thing. Like, is it gonna have like just a whole bunch of like a sick ass console with a whole bunch of gadgets? Because that's pretty much.
This looks like it probably won't be. This looks like more of a low like
Year
Batman starting out kind of look to him. So I don't know if it's gonna have the full like. I think it's gonna be a lot of makeshift shit put together. So it's gonna look all kind of like oh, I just put all this shit together and now I'm Batman. I'm still not a fan of the costume. I'm not. I gotta see it live action, like moving around and shit. But like all these stills have not impressed me at all.
What's this part?
The
right
collar.
here?
I don't like the collar.
What's this part on the collar on the cowl? I mean,
it's like a neck protector.
It's like a Doctor Strange thing.
Yeah, it's like is it gonna flare?
Sopping collars.
He's spawn. Spawn.
So not a fan. So Alex, what do you think of this? Are you a fan of this design of the Batmobile?
I like the Batmobile. It looks like a kind of like a modified. A little bit of muscle car, a little bit of designer, like, you know, foreign type of like speedster car, like a, you know, maybe a little bit of Lamborghini in it, a little bit of you know, Ferrari, but also has some muscle car aspects to it. So it looks cool. I like the back, the
engines in the back,
the jet engines in the back. It looks like it can haul ass.
Yeah.
So
it looks like a realistic kind of like that can actually perform what they does in the comics, like actually because usually the movies are like a little bulky, like the Tumbler or the Burton Batmobile. They don't really look practical. This actually looks like probably
like a car you'd see on the street.
This is like the first practical looking Batmobile since like the '60s Batmobile. Like, so
it looks cool. The Batmobile looks cool. The costume. I gotta see it. I gotta see more of it.
I gotta see it in action.
Yeah, I gotta see it in action.
The stills don't do it justice. I still don't like the arm pieces. It's just they look too damn bulky. But
yeah,
it's gonna. I mean,
once you see it trailer, I'll probably change my tune. Maybe I'll get more excited. But right now,
I might change my tune once I see the movie. What if the trailer doesn't do it?
Well, yeah.
I think the movie. I'm optimistic about the movie.
Optimistic Prime.
Yes.
That's a new one.
I think it's going to be good or, decent. Optimistic. Yeah, you can call me. That's a new nickname. Optimistic Prime.
I fucking love it.
Fucking Negatron over
there. Negatron. Wow.
That works.
Optimistic Prime and Negatron.
That'll be the show next week for you.
What we're going to call ourselves.
Optimistic.
Negatron. Negatron.
Get away from me, Prime.
It's over, Prime.
That's pretty much what I tell Alex. It's over, Prime.
Another big topic we didn't we kind of ran through some topics last week. I kind of want to talk about this a little more in depth. So Dan Didio, one of the co-publishers for DC Comics for 20 years maybe 20 years. So kind of my personal enemy in the comic book industry, because Dan Didio had this hard on for the Silver Age characters. From like the late 80s and the 90s, DC kind of wanted to push for the next generation of superheroes. So that's why you saw Wally West take over for Barry Allen. You saw Kyle Rayner take over for Hal Jordan. Connor Hawke take over for Green Arrow.
Nightwing went to his own.
Yeah, kind of not replacing the legacy, but kind of continuing the legacy. And when Dan Didio came in, he had this mandate to like bring back all the Silver Age characters and put aside all these characters we built up for the past like 20 years. So Wally West got put in the back burner, Kyle Rayner got put in the back burner, and there's room. I think there's room for all these characters, but the biggest travesty is the Wally West thing, because I'm a big Wally West fan, as most people know, and Dan Didio did not like Wally West. He wanted Barry Allen, and it was start fast. So they pretty much ever since he's been there, they've been shitting on the character, kind of putting the character in the back burner, trying to kill him off, trying to do all this shit to him, put him through the ringer, and it just pisses me off. He hates Nightwing. He didn't like Nightwing. He wanted to kill Nightwing in, I believe, Infinite Crisis. He wanted to kill Nightwing.
Kill Didio. What's wrong with him?
He just has he hates these legacy characters, and to the detriment to the fans. The fans love these characters, and you're not listening to the fans. You're trying to get your own mandate in there. He's the one that pushed the New 52 stuff. And trying to like make this next generation of comics, and I think one of the biggest reasons they let him go, they were trying to push this 5G. 5G was basically the fifth generation of superheroes, where they wanted to age up all the current heroes and bring these new characters in. Like Lucius Fox was going to be the new Batman. Captain Boomerang's son was going to be the new Flash, and so they were doing all this like weird. Jonathan Kent, Superman's son, was going to be the new Superman. So we're going to like kind of push all these characters to the side, age them up, and like try to get this new generation of characters, which seemed kind of forced. And I think that's what Warner Brothers was kind of scared about that, and they didn't want this to happen. So I think that's kind of what kind of led to him being pushed out. Which I think I never. That's the only positive thing that's happened this year. Dan Didio's out as a publisher because it sucks because Jeff Johns is a big DC fan and who loves the legacy of these characters, and he was pushing to like he wanted to bring everything together and like have all the history put together, and that's part of what Doomsday Clock was initially going to be about. The storyline that came out last year, the sequel, kind of the sequel to Watchmen, and so DC Didio came in, switched everything up, and been trying to push this like new agenda, and just kind of set things back because the New 52 set things a lot back. It pissed off a lot of fans. Rebirth came out. Jeff Johns' Rebirth looked like it was like going into the right direction, and they fucked that up too. So DC definitely needs like some new management and people that actually care about these characters, all the characters, like the legacy characters, new characters, and future characters. There's room for all this shit. There's so many stories you can tell with all these characters, and shitting on these characters just to shit on them and like push them to the side and put them through the ringer like they do to Wally West or Rick Grayson, Nightwing. Like just doing this to these characters are fucked up. You know, I'm glad he's gone, and I hope they can right the ship because I still love DC Comics. There's still a lot of great story potentials, but I think it's the best news I've ever heard. Alex, you're a big fan of Dan Didio. What do you think of this news?
R.I.D. Rest in Didio. I'm glad he's gone, man. Like, you know, he was he like? So did he make the final call on making Wally West a murderer?
I believe so. That's the big rumor.
Man.
Yeah, I think he like you know I'm still upset with Tom King, but I think Didio was definitely use Wally West. That will piss off the fans. You know, he knows they've been kind of like ribbing the fans and kind of like torturing the fans for a long time of these characters, and especially of Wally West. Like Wally West has been fucking like it's such a great character. It just pisses me off the way they treat this character, and it's so out of character. And just because he doesn't like the character, he's got to shit on the legacy of the character. So it just pisses me off. He was definitely behind, definitely one of the influences for Wally West being a murderer covering up fucking psychopaths. So
I'm no fan of Didio at all. But even if you are a fan, I don't know why you would be. His time is done, anyways. I think it's time to move on, and you know.
So right now, Jim Lee is like the full publisher right now. I think they need to give the reins to Jeff Johns.
Jeff Johns would be perfect.
I think, and it was kind of going towards that way. And when Jeff Johns is in charge of shit, he knows he knows DC better than anybody, and he knows the legacy. So they need to like just let Jeff Johns be the fucking guy. Let him fucking write this shit. Let him fucking fix all this shit. Because in one storyline, he can fucking fix all this shit. Because he's that talented of a writer, especially with all these like multiple characters. He knows the history of these characters. So. Rick, what do you think of this?
Well, I didn't know that fucking Didio was like responsible. I thought it was King. Like,
he's definitely
he's the guy. I mean, there's somebody that
he could have said no. I'm not going to use him.
Yeah,
so you know,
there's somebody who they all answer to, and it all ends with him. Well, if that's what he was doing, man, fuck him, dude. I love Wally West. I fucking love Dick Grayson. I love all of these. I love Kyle Rayner. And I just saw like all the characters that that gave me like a good resurgence back into comic books, all getting pushed back for what I kind of felt were fucking really kind of they were boring to me. I fucking didn't like Barry Allen. I thought he was too fucking apple pie. I didn't like Hal Jordan. I just thought he was sometimes a little too stuck up. I'm not big fan of like certain. He's like too cocky, not stuck up. But
yeah, like
Jeff Johns, yeah.
Jeff Johns is man.
Because I still say that my favorite Jeff Johns shit, I read it constantly, is Blackest Night. Like you could see how he managed, and he just wove like just an entire galactic fucking storyline. Using stuff going like he referenced stuff that was going back further. Like some Silver Age stuff, and it's just like this guy knows what he's talking about. Let him fucking have the reins. If to be head publisher?
Yeah, publisher. Yeah.
Editor in
chief. Yeah, give it to him because he not only does he know his history for these characters, but like Ray said, the guy's that good where he can fucking just make one storyline, everything gets fixed.
And he was doing that with Rebirth. If you read Rebirth, that was a great. I was so excited when I read Rebirth. It was like, all right, Wally West is back. They're going to fix the DC universe. It's a great story. I almost teared up at the end of reading that book. Like it was on the right track. They were going right, and then they took 10 steps back. And it just pains me because there's some great storylines, man. And for like a few years, I was anti-Marvel because after Secret Wars, the Marvel Secret Wars, the Hickman, I was kind of done with Marvel. I didn't like what they were doing. I was jumping on DC after Rebirth. It looked like they were doing some right things. I was kind of excited, and then they kind of like switched over. Like Marvel's like actually doing great stuff right now, and DC's just kind of shit in the bed right now. The only storyline I'm reading from DC is Superman, the Superman Secret Identity reveal, which has actually been good from Bendis. So I don't know. I want DC to right their ship. But they need a guy like Jeff Johns to really do it right. So hopefully that happens because I want all comics to be good. I don't want to fucking have this fucking sad fucking part. There's a way to appease all the fans. And of course you're not going to please everyone, but there's a way to you don't have to piss them all off at the same time. So we'll see what happens. But I think Dan Didio being gone is the best thing to happen in comics in a long time. So I'm very happy about that. All right, that was, we had a bunch of topics right there. So we're going to go to our pull list for the week. Pull list is pretty much our grabs for the week. Good or bad, something you picked up, something you watched, something you listened to, a concert you went to, what have you, something you're excited about or not excited about. So we'll start with you, Alex. What you bring this week?
Oh, pull list? Okay.
Pull list.
So I went to see Invisible Man. Oh man, that was so good.
Well, so you did see Invisible Man.
I did see Invisible Man.
The movie.
The movie.
I just asked you.
I didn't see the Invisible Man. Actually, because he was invisible. But I saw the movie, The Invisible.
The new
were
movie.
These the jokes you were saying you were going to bring?
What if they were? Stay in your lane. So, anyways, it's a great movie. I did see it.
Okay, I asked you earlier. If anybody saw it.
I didn't see it.
Did I say no? I said no.
Yeah, you didn't answer.
I must have been.
You kind of bugged that one.
I must have been nodding my head.
Or maybe I didn't. I don't know. What's that? All right. So it was good. You liked it?
I did see it. It was really good, and yeah. So I recommend it. I saw it on a nice Dolby screen with the chairs that move. Like it was perfect. It was like really good. It was
like the full theater, like the motion
the box seats.
The D box.
Yeah, the D box. Yeah, it's Elizabeth Moss is really good. She's a good actress.
Great Scientologist. Yeah.
Is she Scientologist? Oh wow.
Most of these Hollywood fuckers are.
Sad, but yeah, the movie was really good, and yeah, you should definitely check it out. And then what else did I pull list? So I went to the comic book store and I got. I haven't read this yet. It's called Join the Future, and this was. King of Nowhere, written by the writer of Ice Cream Man, W. Maxwell Prince. I haven't read that either. I just picked these up the other day.
Great cover.
Oh yeah, please show that. And I did pick up Strange Adventures.
Boo.
By Tom King.
Boo.
It's really good.
He's a pawn. He's a pawn.
The first issue is
pawn.
The first issue is really good. It reminds me of Mr. Miracle that he wrote. It's covering some deep topics, and it looks like it's going to be a good series. I bought Strange Academy. I haven't read it yet, though. But it's
You're supposed to read more comics, bro.
I know. I just haven't had time. And I threw down on Batman '89, and that's the one cover.
Is that the Punchline debut or something?
Yeah, that's the.
What's the point of the? Explain Punchline to me. What's the point of why? Okay, she's Joker's. She's Joker's new lady, whatever. So what is she supposed to be funny? Is she supposed to not be funny? What's the point of her?
So what I understand is I actually picked these up, and for the first appearance, the spec was so high on that they sold out immediately, and I couldn't get them at my local store. Being a Batman fan, I got mad, and I threw down good amount of money for these two first appearance and first cameo appearance, I believe, of Punchline. Punchline's supposed to be like a more serious version of Harley Quinn. Like, she's really supposed to be evil. She's Joker's new girlfriend. That's all I really know, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know if the character's gonna be good, but I just wanted her first appearance.
Like the design of the character doesn't look all that exciting to me. Like it just looks like some like random character. Like it doesn't look anything like it doesn't look iconic. Like I don't know. People are like jumping all over the place for her, but I don't know. I don't get it. I'm not really getting the excitement over there.
Yeah, I bought it as a spec book, you know, and being a Batman fan, I wanted the first appearance. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, so far it's interesting. Batman. So
how's Tinian's run right now?
Tinian's run it's good. It's I know a lot of fans are loving it because it's no longer Tom King and they can't stand Tom King, you know. And I like Tom King's run, but this so far it's I think it's slowly developing. So I can't really say too much about it now. I think it's going to be a slow burn. That's what I think. And then also the best thing I bought this last weekend was Deceased Unkillables. And basically it follows the Deceased storyline where there's a zombie apocalypse on Earth. It gets all the superheroes caused by Darkseid, basically. And this is the tale of what the villains do in response to the zombie apocalypse. And it is awesome. It is so good. It's like the villains are like they see this plague coming and they prepare for it differently than the superheroes would, and they basically have a plan. Yeah, it's really good. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil it, but DC Unkillables, and this is supposed to be a cover of a horror movie. I'm not really sure which one.
It's like a Pennywise almost.
And it's Wonder Woman, of course, as a zombie. Yeah, but I don't want to say too much about it, but it was really a great read, and the artwork is fantastic. Mostert, I think, is the name of the artist. Mostert.
Raheem Mostert?
Raheem Mostert. No,
what doesn't he do? Yeah.
This artwork is fantastic, man. Maybe I can just show you really quick. Something cool.
Cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's really, really nice artwork.
Clean lines.
Clean lines,
Yeah.
nice coloring. I really enjoyed that a lot. So
yeah, I got the first issue. Yeah, so I'll probably
check it out, man. It's really good. I liked it a lot. I thought it's pretty awesome. The villain's response to the zombie apocalypse is great. Deathstroke's in it.
That's all you need. Rick, what's your pull list for the week?
So one of them is actually the book that Alex let me borrow. He mentioned it the other day, and I want to talk about it a little bit more.
Yeah.
That Ice Cream Man one that...
Ice Cream Man is coming!
So...
W. Maxwell Prince.
It's actually a really good book. It reminds me of old EC comics. Kind of like the Ice Cream Man. Think of like it's almost like the Creeper from like Creepshow. He's like involved in a lot of the stories, and he's interweaving everything. He's involved in people's lives and how he contacts or how he comes into contact with you, how your life kind of just unravels at that point. Thought it was pretty cool. Only, like I said, the only criticism I felt, and it's only like you said, book one, I just felt like it was a little short.
Yeah.
And it's going to be turned into like a series of like short little shows.
An anthology?
Yeah, by that new streaming service called Qubit, I think it's called.
Oh, really?
Qubit.
Uh-huh.
I forgot which studios are behind that, but that's one of the first things that they've like signed up to from comic books that they're gonna implement into a show, which I was like, oh, this is gonna be cool. I can't wait to see it. You know, like a 10 to 12 minute little short, like a horror movie kind of a thing, like a Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Other things too. We got to watch AEW Revolution, which I thought was fucking awesome.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, I was looking at the ratings. They gave it a 6-star.
Yeah.
It got
Melts
wrestling events get only 5 stars. This got a 6-star.
Yeah.
I mean, it was by far one of the best fucking shows I've seen in a long time. WWE better fucking beware. This was like a coming out party.
So explain that a little bit more to me. So AEW had a Prime event,
Pay-per-view.
A pay-per-view.
pay-per-view,
Classic pay-per-view.
When was it?
They don't do the pay-per-views like WWE like every month. They do it every like 4 months, which is great because it gives you time to like have good matches on TV.
Tell stories.
Tell real stories.
Let a story develop.
And you don't break your fucking fans' money banks by having a pay-per-view every month. And they don't have a streaming service, so people have to actually hunk down and pay $50 to watch a pay-per-view. But this is everybody knows I'm a big wrestling fan. AEW is the only wrestling I'm watching right now. Like WWE, I'm kind of getting
They lost me with Goldberg. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not fun to me. It was almost like a chore watching WWE. So AEW has just been great. They have great wrestlers like Jon Moxley, the former Dean Ambrose, Chris Jericho, guys like Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. Cody Rhodes. They're just telling great stories, having great wrestling matches. They had a tag team match between Kenny Omega and Adam Page versus the Young Bucks.
That was probably your match of the year.
Oh man, I gotta watch this.
It's being called one of the greatest tag team matches of all time.
All time.
And it's
all time.
I would definitely put it in my top 5. It's definitely a great tag team match. And every week they're just their TV has been fun to watch. Usually when I watch a WWE pay-per-view event or Raw or Smack, I fast forward through most of it because I like this is boring. AEW I watch probably 90% of the show. So it's definitely a great wrestling show. And as a purist as myself, and Rick is also a purist, some of the best wrestling on TV, and it's fun wrestling, and definitely coming out like New Japan was definitely like kind of how that kind of started AEW. A lot of those guys came from New Japan and kind of went on their own. So it's great wrestling. It's fun to watch. I heard rumblings about them coming to the Cow Palace in a couple months.
If they're coming, we're going.
We're going. I want to be fucking as close as I can because I love these guys. I love watching this fucking wrestling. So sorry to go off the round.
No, it's cool.
When was the pay-per-view?
It was last Saturday.
Last Saturday.
Last Saturday. Okay.
So the best thing about it is just that they're new stars, and WWE, what they like to do is recently, like the past 3 or 4 years, they've been going to like the minor promotions, trying to stand up all the talent. Then they put them in NXT and put them like in like a development kind of deal or whatever. But it's like they're trying to teach people the way WWE runs. It's like, dude, this is professional wrestling. That's why I loved last week's or this last Tuesday's or Wednesday's Dynamite. Because Jon Moxley, former Dean Ambrose, came out and he said, this championship, this represents pro wrestling because it's not about, sports entertainment.
That's
anymore.
a mandate from Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Like, you can't call it pro wrestling. Call it sports entertainment.
They're not wrestlers. They're superstars.
Yeah, which is lame. It's pro wrestling.
It's pro wrestling. Yeah. It's pro wrestling. But, I mean, everything that pro wrestling used to be, like WWE kind of just like took away and corporatized. But now it's like these guys, these wrestlers, they get to tell their own stories. They get to be them. That's like the big draw with some of these cats, They get to make their own characters. Like Sammy Guevara, he's fucking dope. Darby Allin is probably quickly becoming like my favorite guy on AEW. Like I have a lot of favorites in AEW, but like an original that I've never seen before prior to this show coming on. Yeah, Darby Allin's sick. So yeah, AEW Revolutions.
And Orange Cassidy, man. Orange
Cassidy's dope.
If you want to see some fun,
freshly squeezed.
Yeah, like funny but really great fucking comedic wrestling. Orange Cassidy's guy. Check out his clips online. He's
like the name.
He's like
Orange
he's probably the most over guy in AEW right now. His match with Pac, former Neville from WWE, is fucking amazing. So hilarious, so amazing. If Alex, we'll show you a couple matches.
I want to see this.
I saw an arm drag without him grabbing his arm. I was like, he had his hands in his pockets. Yeah. And he's an arm drag.
So yeah, basically his gimmick, he doesn't care. He's like very lazy. So he doesn't even give.
Doesn't even give you the full thumbs up. It's the most nonchalant thumbs up ever.
But it's so awesome. He's getting so over with the fans, just kind of like lackadaisical. But the thing about it, he can wrestle. He can wrestle really good. So when he turns it up and like actually tries, it's amazing. It's fun wrestling. If you don't know anything about wrestling, it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
If you were a fan of wrestling back in like the '90s, the Attitude Era, where like it was great stuff, like guys like MJF are bringing like if this week he was all over the news because
he flipped off the 7-year-old.
Yeah, they're at a fan event.
Fuck yeah,
and he just flipped off a fan, which is like some people were like all pissed off about it. It's like, dude, it's in character, and wrestlers were doing that back in the day. Like I saw a picture of Bret Hart doing that when he was a heel, like flipping off kid. So it's a wrestling thing. If you really want to be a heel,
you gotta play
it's supposed to be extreme.
This is PG-13 rated R wrestling. This is not it's not for kids. So
reality.
You don't want the superstar slipping off your kid. Go wait in line at the WWE line.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do.
Goldberg won't.
Don't wait for MJF. Wrong person. Wrong person.
So yeah, great. Any more, Eric?
And I've been listening to Arctic Monkeys lately. So
nice.
Very cool band, man.
Yeah, they're fun.
Really
Their first album is the first album is really good. What's it called? A couple of friends will be pissed. I don't know it. I have a couple of friends that are super hardcore
Arctic Monkey fans.
Yeah. No, it's a great album. I remember like seeing it. I forgot what show I was watching. They played the song on it, and I was like, oh, I gotta check these guys out. And I was like, oh yeah, I think the first album is really fucking good. I'm not sure about their later stuff, but
did you ever work on one of their shows?
Yeah, I worked. I saw them at the Warfield. I think a couple times.
Yeah, I remember they were at the Warfield.
Whatever people say is the first album.
Yes,
Favorite Worst Nightmare, Humbug. I've been listening to AM a lot. That's their the second to last album. But that's
Arctic Monkeys.
Arctic Monkeys, they're pretty dope, man.
Yeah, so they're fun. They're a fun band. Good. Yeah, they're good to see live too. All right, cool. Anything else, Rick?
Not for the pull list. No.
Okay. All right, cool. So one thing I hated, I saw this week. I hate watch this. One of the fucking worst movies I've ever seen. Downsizing, the Alexander Payne Matt Damon movie about the people being shrunk. Oh my god, what a piece of shit this movie was. I had to keep watching it because it was so bad. It's
a car crash.
You saw it, right?
I've seen it.
Oh my god, it's so bad. It's like it's definitely not what it was advertised for. So when I first saw the trailer, I was like, oh, that kind of interesting concept. Then it just goes into a class thing and like all this. Like I thought they were going to explore more of the world that they're living in. Like, but no, it's just like a weird romantic like class system like movie. Just some of it didn't make any goddamn sense. It was very it was just so stupid. I was just I hate watched the rest. I was like I'm gonna finish watching it because maybe it goes somewhere. Movie doesn't go anywhere. It's just a fuck. It has a great cast too, like fucking Kristen Wiig and Christoph Waltz. But it's such a fucking horrible movie. I was just so pissed off when I watched it. I was like, this is bad.
You can't. It's like 2 hours of your life.
The ending was like. I was like, that's it? Like, I had to rewind. I was like, is there something else? Like, that's the ending of the fucking movie?
Are there after credits?
Yeah, is there something? I did. I fast forwarded. I was like, there has to be something else. That's it? It just fucking ends. I was like, this is the most pointless fucking 2 hours of my life, man. This movie, the Downside is a horrible movie.
So you're saying watch it?
Right don't away. Watch it. Don't even hate watch it. It was so bad. I fucking hated that fucking movie, man. And Alexander Payne is a decent filmmaker, too, so I don't understand how this fucking came out and like, it's just shit.
Visually, it's pretty cool.
Even the visuals weren't that great. It just looked like cheesy fucking 80s effects for shrinkage shit. Like I just
didn't that flop?
Yeah,
Super fucking flop.
Yeah, so it was good reason probably.
That's gonna be a weird Wednesday movie for sure, man.
Not even that, man. There's be a fucking quarter bin at a fucking 7-Eleven, man.
Quarter bin 7-Eleven. That's a good term.
That's a fucked up movie.
So all right, some other some positive
good
things.
Stuff, yes.
So Doctor Doom number 6 came out, continuing in the story. I thought this was going to be the end of the story, but it's continuing. This book is like a road trip between Kang and Doom. They're just having a conversation on the road.
It's a Spider-Woman variant?
This is a Spider-Woman variant. She's this month, Marvel, it's all Spider-Woman right now. I thought this was great cover. I love this cover a lot.
Good series.
Good series. I thought this was going to be the end of the storyline, but this is just continuing on. It's been a great series so far. I've been loving it.
To get that.
Yeah, it's a great cover.
Wow, that cover's awesome.
Yeah, great cover. Great.
Mike Mayhew.
Great conversation between Doom and Kang. It's like a road trip movie with Kang and Doctor Doom. It's fucking great. Their conversation is fucking amazing.
Really? All right.
Yeah,
okay.
it's really good.
Go get that today.
I don't think I talked about this last week, but I'm going to talk about it now. It's Jonathan Hickman. It's X-Men, Giant Size, Jean Grey, and Emma Frost. It's a spoilers. It's a silent issue. Every few years, somebody comes out with a silent issue. The art's really amazing, and they really tell a great silent issue storylines. So every once in a while, I think John Byrne did one for Batman. G.I. Joe famously did a Snake Eyes silent issue, and it's basically just telling
panels.
Just panels.
Yeah, no dialogue, no word balloons or word.
It's just telling
no
stories.
Words at all.
Just telling the story through visuals, and this is a very and it's perfect for these two, like Emma Frost and Jean Grey, because they're both psychics. So it kind of takes place in the mind's eye. So that's why it's a silent issue. It's a great read. Hickman can do no wrong in my opinion right now. He's killing it on X-Men. Speaking of more X-Men, X-Men Fantastic Four. Number 2 came out. Another great issue. This series is awesome. I think there's 2 more issues left in this series. It's just a 4-issue limited series, but it's just dealing with Franklin Richards being recruited by X-Men. They want to take him to Krakoa, the new island nation of the X-Men. So it's some great storyline. Calling back to a lot of story. Definitely that X-Men, Fantastic Four versus X-Men that came out in the 80s. A call back to a lot of that stuff. So the art's great too. The Dotsons do it. Chip Zdarsky's writing it. It's a great storyline.
Oh, yeah.
Finished Savage Avengers book 1.
Yeah.
It's otherwise known as Bo the comic book. I think this was written by Bo. This is great art. The storylines are really good. It's gritty. The action's really good. It's funny.
Who are the characters?
Hardcore.
Savage Avengers?
Yeah, you got Punisher, you got Elektra, you got Venom, Conan. It's basically Conan's storyline, but all these characters are coming in. The interaction between Conan and Wolverine is worth the price of admission right there. They have like a battle, and then they kind of bond after that, and they become like buddies. And so it's great, and he wants to get.
It's good, and Bo wrote this. Like, this is Bo's dream.
It's an alternate universe, good Bo.
So Wolverine, Conan, Punisher, Venom, Elektra,
Brother Voodoo.
Wow, that's sick.
Yeah, it's great. It's
that
great.
is a sick lineup.
The art's really good. It's gritty. It's hardcore. There's some fucking brutal stuff that happens in it. Like I said, the interaction between Conan and Wolverine is great, and it's a very good book. I read some of the next issues after this, like Doom's in it, and Doctor Strange and stuff. So I like the way it's going. It's almost like it's great. If you get a chance to read it, check it out. It's really well done, and I'm excited for more of it.
They like fuck each other up. They're like, you want to go get a beer?
Pretty much, yeah. It's pretty much, yeah. And
that's how all conflict should be settled.
Yeah, no, it's good, man. They kind of bond, and what you think like Wolverine and Conan like are perfect characters
to hang out.
Yeah, they hang out. So it's great, and he's very impressed by Wolverine's claws, and he wants a pair of his own.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and all right, and last on my list right here is the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. It's pretty much the end of the Donny Gates Guardians kind of run. Thanos, Cosmic Ghost Rider. That'll be talked about in a little bit. So it's kind of what all his storylines have been building up to. It's kind of like dealing with the Guardians of the Galaxy, dealing with Star-Lord's father, and Rocket has been sick recently. I guess I didn't find out what it's a fucking sad fucking storyline. Just the Rocket storyline alone. Rocket's going through like some shit, and he's like dying, and so and Peter Quill's father is like part of this cult that's from the future that are trying to kill Death in the past. So it's crazy storyline. It's kind of culminate. If you read any Donny Cates' stuff the past couple of years, it's kind of like the culmination of all that. And all the characters that has been written or talked about, like Thanos and Cosmic Ghost Rider and like Silver Surfer and Nova Corps, Beta Ray Bill's in it. Like there's all the cosmic characters. Kind of it's been building up to this, and I'm like the ending of this. I read it this morning. I almost fucking teared up. It's fucking such a sad but positive ending, and it's great.
Wow.
I really dug it, and so some of Donny Cates' best writing. It's just for if you want to just read the Groot storyline, just for the Groot and Rocket stuff, it's just fucking heartbreaking, but heartbreaking in a good way. Like it's a great storyline. It's sad, but it's really well written. Can't recommend it enough. Donny Cates, man, great writer, great,
especially fire, man.
Especially with the cosmic stuff. So, it's a good book. All
right,
read it. Volume 1 just came. Volume 1's out, and that's the second one. This is the end of the story.
I would say that's a glowing endorsement.
Yeah,
from Ray.
Yeah, it's good, man. I like it a lot, and it was a good read, and I'm digging it. I want to see what it goes. What's the next step for him, because he's a great writer. That's my pull list for the week. I think. Anything else? Yeah, that's my pull list for the week. All right, next we're gonna go to our Hidden Gems segment. So Hidden Gems is show and tell, like something something that's personal to you, might not be mainstream, might not be well known. But let's start with you, Rick. What's your
Hidden Gem for the week? So on the PlayStation Network, they just released the demo for Final Fantasy VII Remake. And pretty much just like how you felt during that book, that's pretty much how I felt when I was playing the game. Yeah. I remember it vividly. I played Final Fantasy VII for PlayStation, the original, over 22 years ago. and still remember almost the whole game. I could pick it up right now and probably go through the whole thing, finding all the secrets and everything, and playing the first 25, 30, I guess it's the first little chapter in it, small mini chapter, a prologue. They captured the feel of that game with beautiful new graphics, and yeah, I can't wait to buy this already. I've already played this is like one of those demos that I can't continuously play.
Oh, nice.
Like I played the demo maybe.
When does that come out?
It's in April.
Oh, nice.
So I'm hoping it's actually in April.
They've been delaying.
Oh, yeah. They've been delaying this game forever, but this it's been a long time since I've actually kept playing a demo over and over and over again. Probably since maybe PlayStation 1 when I didn't even have a game. I played those demo discs that came, like in the magazines.
Oh, wow. Oh, those are great, man.
Yeah, they're fun.
The PSN magazine.
Yeah.
Those demos, oh yeah, those are great, man.
And now I haven't played a demo this much since, literally I've been playing this game for hours. I stopped playing The Witcher, started playing the demo. Just because I continue. There's not much more I can do in it, but the battle system is totally different, so I'm trying to get a handle on the whole battle system. And dude, it's fucking great. I fucking love this game. I can't wait. I'm gonna shell out for the special edition and everything. The super special edition, which is $350, I thought about getting because it comes with 2 figures. It comes with a Cloud figure this tall, which is fucking beautiful. And I don't know what the other figure is. I didn't really care anything about the look. But Cloud's has always been probably top 3 favorite video game characters of all time. Is probably Cloud, Link, Cloud, Link, and Mario. So yeah, I'm super excited. So Final Fantasy VII Remake, please, if you guys don't know about it or ever played it, get out there, download it, and check it out. It's fucking dope.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Alex, what do you got this week?
My hidden gem, I want to talk about the movie I saw last year. It's probably about a 2017 movie. It's called Locke with Bane. What's his name?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. Oh man.
Slow down.
It's basically about a guy who's in the course of he's driving about 90 minutes in his car, and his life kind of like falls apart. Like he gets a phone call and something bad happens at work, and then he gets another phone call and something's going on at home, and over this course he's just like dealing with all these serious problems that are just coming at him, and it is fantastic. The acting in it is superb, and to me it's kind of inspirational because Tom Hardy, this character, Ivan Locke, basically he's just dealing with these problems as they're coming in, and he's just moving along. He's just keeping it going, staying focused, staying on present. And it's kind of an inspiring movie, and I really recommend it a lot. It's called Locke. It's on Netflix. Tom Hardy is fantastic. It's pretty much just Tom Hardy in this whole movie. And I had to bring a comic book. I was going to get this signed by Mike Mignola at Emerald City, but of course Emerald City was canceled. Ray knows this hidden gem. This is a cover by a great artist by the name of Charles Vess. He does painted covers. The interior art, this is Web of Spider-Man Annual 2. The interior art is by the great Art Adams. And I just want to show you a quick...
You know what page to show.
Yeah, I know what page to show you really quick.
One of my favorite comic pages of all time.
Yeah, it is. Oh, right there. Right there. Look at this. Godzilla by Art Adams.
Warlock did that.
Yeah,
Warlock. The story is basically, well...
Go ahead. It's your hidden gem, man.
You said you were going to have who sign it?
So Mignola did a backup story in
this. That's why I was like, you're mentioning all these artists, but
you're
not mentioning why Mignola would be signing.
It's
so in the backstory, there's a second story by Mike Mignola. I don't know that you can't really tell, but like
early Mike Mignola right there.
Early Mike Mignola. So this comic book, it has, like I said, it has a cover by Charles Vess, interior art by Art Adams, and a backup story by Mike Mignola. So that makes it legendary right there. But another reason that makes this legendary is that This was on the shelf in Lost Boys.
Yeah, it's one of the comics.
In
yeah, and then me and Alex marked out hard because I think I'm the one that like kind of discovered it and told you guys about that.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
This
I was
was
like, oh, you gotta check this issue out because it's insane. There's like so much shit going on with this issue, so it's just a great, and it pops up. And it's funny because Cartoonist Kayfabe did a episode on it, which is hilarious because it was like kind of the inspiration for Hidden Gems, like the segment. And so it was one of their hidden gems. So it was funny. It was like kind of ironic that they chose that book to be like a hidden gem.
Oh, Cartoonist Kayfabe?
Yeah. So it's funny how that came around back around on us. So.
You thought of it though a long time ago. Yeah.
Fuckers
And when we saw it on Lost Boys, we were watching Lost Boys, and we see it in the background. We're like, hey.
We marked out hard. You know?
So that web, it's just a hidden gem. It's Web of Spider-Man Annual 2.
And you can find it for like $5. It's not like an expensive book.
You can find it like in a dollar bin, probably. You know, I have that one signed by Art Adams and Charles Vess, and I wanted to get Mignola to sign it to complete the trilogy. But that book is just a nice little one-shot story, you know. And you can find great little individual stories in dollar bins, and at conventions, and at comic book stores. So that pretty much started your whole idea of having a little hidden gem segment. So that's my other hidden gem, along with Locke. So
it's great Arthur Adams art too, because he does like parodies of like David Letterman and like there's like a Ghostbuster thing.
Godzilla, King Kong,
Godzilla, King. So basically
in there too.
Yeah, it's like basically Warlock gets out in the wild. And he has all this television knowledge and stuff. So he kind of goes ape shit crazy because he loses a part of him. So he turns into all these like creatures and what have you. And like Spider-Man's involved. He has to stop him. It's a great storyline, just a one-off kind of storyline. So yeah, if you get a chance, that's a great hidden gem. The inspiration for hidden gems. Yeah, so. It's all coming full circle now. So, all right, my hidden gem is I'm just gonna the Cosmic Ghost Rider, man, right here, man. This came out recently. I just picked this up. Finally came out. A great figure. It's a beast. It's big as fuck. I had to like rearrange all my Marvel Legends for this, but it's a great figure. It's basically it's a Cosmic Ghost Rider is Frank Castle from the future. He turns into the Spirit of Vengeance. Then he turns into the Herald of Galactus, so he becomes the Cosmic Ghost Rider. It's he's insane. So if you read the great Donny Cates Ghost Rider storyline, he first pops up in the Thanos. He's part of that story by Donny Cates. So it's a great looking character. The design is great. I love the bike, and the figure came out really cool. It comes with a couple of like guns and like a chain, like a fire chain, and has the cosmic fucking front of the bike. It looks cool.
Does it light up at all?
No, it doesn't light up.
Okay, I was gonna say it looks like it does light up.
So it's a great figure, really cool. Happy it came out, and I was excited about it. It's
Marvel Legends.
Marvel Legends, yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, so it's a great figure. That's my hidden gem. It's awesome. I'm so happy this finally came out. So so Cosmic Ghost Rider, man. It's a cool, badass looking figure. That's my hidden gem for the week.
I love this figure, man, and I love the character. Like they're talking about the character, and he's like, "Where did you learn like his fighting style or something like that?" And he's like, "I learned it from Mephisto in Hell."
Yeah.
And he learned some from Galactus, and then he says, because he's Frank Castle, he says United States Marine Corps, and I'm like, damn.
It's a badass character. Yeah,
he's pretty much unbeatable, man.
Yeah,
it's like,
it's a great character. If you definitely written by. I haven't been a big fan of his series. I forgot who wrote it, but it wasn't Donny Cates, so I wasn't a big fan of that series. I'll probably read the next series, but written by Donny Cates, it's a great. Don't stroke my.
Sorry.
Don't stroke my Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Sorry.
Lightly caressed. That's my.
Take advantage of your figure.
Yeah. Wow.
Sorry.
It's okay, buddy. We'll talk about it later. That was a great episode. We're back to normal finally. It feels good to get back to our normal programming.
Show us on the adult work.
He's the Cosmic Weinstein.
Damn, it's cold.
Cosmic Weinstein.
So any shout outs, Rick? You got anything you want to plug or talk about?
I'm gonna shout out my friend Monty. Alex sent me a photo. I was like, you know what? I haven't shouted out Monty, but
dope.
I'm gonna bring in his artwork next week. That's gonna be one of my hidden gems, or excuse me, one of my spoilers. Spoiler alert right off the bat. I do spoilers. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, spoilers for next week's show. Rick's going to be hosting next week. I will be in Seattle, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring. So check out Monty Guy on Instagram. Definitely check out his artwork. He does a lot of. His thing is like he likes to do like tatted kids. And each kid comes from a different neighborhood in San Francisco, so you'll have like a little Italian kid from North Beach, little Latin kid from fucking the Mission. I think he did a little tatted up
Excelsior.
White. Yeah, he did like a little. I think a little Filipino kid from like De La City or something, or Excelsior. But he does. He also does like commissioned artwork. He did a Rogue for somebody where it's all in black and white except their eyes are green. Pretty dope work. If X-Men Apocalypse would have been like a good movie, Ray would have commissioned him to do the Olivia Munn Psylocke one, but it turned out to be shit, so it didn't happen. That would have been a cool fucking project for Monty.
He's a very realistic artist. He draws very He does like, is it painting or is it drawing?
I think he works in acrylics.
He's very good, Monty Guy. Yeah.
Well, they'll have the visuals next week, and then we can talk about it more next week.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I was gonna see if I can bring up that one picture that Alex sent me back, which I'm still waiting for. Monty, I want that one.
Cool. Alex, what you got?
I wanted to say again, even though I didn't do a good job of explaining it, but I highly, highly recommend DC Unkillables. It's so good. The villains, Deathstroke, and some other villains I don't want to say, are responding to that zombie apocalypse caused by Darkseid. It's really good.
Yeah, you already said that.
No, but I'm re-emphasizing because I don't do a good job of explaining how good it is. I'm saying definitely check that out. And I also want to say thanks for giving me room, guys, because, you didn't all crush me and stuff. Thanks for losing weight, Ray, so I have some room, Thanks for giving me space, guys. And,
there you go.
Thanks to all the viewers.
Yeah, there are
we love
5 viewers, yeah.
All 5 of you.
All 5, great job. Shout out to all the comic shops we frequent. Amazing Fantasy, right here, Frank at Amazing Fantasy. Comic Experience Outpost. We got some friends over there now. Fantastic Comics, Mission Comics, Comics and Cards, Super 7. Shout out to Grant for doing the intro. We have Grant has a show coming up on March 14th. Saliva Tribe. I will put the link in the description. March 14th, Saturday, March 14th. So you guys should definitely go check him out. At some point, I want to go see his band, but every time I got at work or traveling or doing some stupid shit. So at some point, I'm definitely going to go check him out. Let's see who else we need to shout out. It's just everybody that's supporting the channel. Thanks for sticking with us. I know the last couple weeks have been a little crazy, so we're trying to get back on track. We're still working on getting the show a little better, and it takes money and time. So we just we're looking for both. So we're trying to work on stuff, and we're gonna up the quality of the show and trying to get it better and do more stuff. But life's kind of crazy right now, and everything's kind of going wrong. And but I got a good support system. Some of my close friends know what's up, and they really I'm really happy to have them in my life because I would be go insane if I didn't. So I appreciate the support system I have, and people that know what's going on. So I just want to shout out to everyone that supports this channel, supports me, supports our friends, and just thanks for giving a shit. So don't fucking touch it. Hey, thanks everyone for sticking around and sticking with us, and just we're hoping to do more stuff, and watch out for Rick's episode. I think is dropping Thursday, possibly.
Probably Thursday.
Yeah, Friday so that was issue number 20. Wow.
And 20 in 2020.
Don't make it. Oh god.
Yeah, all the pressure's on Rick. I actually can't wait for it. I'm actually really excited about this episode. And we might do a remote from Seattle. We might do like a little thing from Seattle, just kind of talking about like some of the shops in Seattle and stuff. So we're definitely going to hit up a couple comic shops over there. Even though we don't have the convention, we'll have the whole city to ourselves. So it's gonna be interesting. So just shout out to everyone. Thanks for supporting, and hopefully we'll see you soon. All right, peace.